As the conflict there rages, there was hope today, albeit small, of progress towards peace in the bloody civil war in Syria. A major peace conference began in Switzerland today. Representatives of the Assad regime are there, so were members of the opposition, but it quickly descended into bitter accusations and left the exasperated head of the UN pleading, "Enough is enough." Eric Sorensen has the story.
Just sitting in the same room is historic. Representatives of the Assad government and the Syrian rebels, along with international leaders. But it was clear almost immediately how bitterly divided the sides are.
Can you just wrap up in just 1 or 2 minutes?
No, I can't promise you.
Even the mild-mannered UN Secretary General was in a testy exchange with Assad's representative, who would not wrap up his remarks.
I have the right to give the Syrian version here in this forum.
Yes, of course, I do
After
not
3 years of
object to
suffering,
that.
this is my right.
This, we have to have some constructive and harmonious dialogue.
Syria comes here defiant, while the U.S. made clear the next Syrian government cannot include Bashar al-Assad.
There is no way possible in the imagination that the man who has led the brutal response to his own people could regain the legitimacy to govern.
Western resolve for the talks can only be strengthened by a report this week documenting alleged torture and mass killings by the Assad regime. The war there threatens the entire region. The brutality of Assad's forces on one side and extremist elements now in the opposition. Speaking in Tel Aviv today, Canada's Prime Minister sees trouble if either side wins outright.
I don't see how the victory of either of those forces could be in the interests of Canada or Israel or anyone else. The only real victory can be some kind of accommodation and conciliation between them.
Back in Switzerland, Canada's Foreign Affairs Minister made clear any accommodation still excludes the Syrian leader.
There's no way that a mutually agreed upon transitional government could include Assad.
The meetings are one of the largest international negotiations in decades, which in itself suggests this analyst will make finding peace difficult.
There's 40 countries gathered, and almost nothing is likely to come out of it, but it's better to have a process underway than to have nothing but unceasing bloodshed.
In spite of the acrimony at the start of the talks, aid groups hope for a minor breakthrough. If not a grand peace, then a smaller agreement to at least allow desperately needed humanitarian aid into Syria. Donna?
Eric in Washington, thanks.